Help me. I need some help. Help me. Oh my god, I heard that. What are you doing? No, don't do that. I'm so scared. Help me. Help me. I need some help.
So justice, in my own words, is a sort of fairness in between people. When someone does something bad, justice is set in place to sort of correct the wrongdoing and establish order.
Justice is based on the fact of what we call in the state is called statutes of laws. In order for people to have that justice and justice to be equal, we have to follow all our regulations based on our statutes of limitations and our statutes of justice, which is based upon the laws, and to make sure everyone is free, make sure everyone is comfortable, and we have to protect and serve, and that's what is based on within law enforcement.
Justice is a very complex and subjective concept. It really depends. In certain countries it's based off of religious doctrines. In certain countries it's based off council of elders, what they decide is just and right. In some countries it's based off of a book and a series of laws. For me personally, I subscribe more to the legal definition of justice and what's prescribed in law books and what's voted on and what's decided. It's basically answering for a certain action to make it right, to make a situation right.
Justice, it's about fairness and basically how we treat each other and how we treat people within the boundaries of the laws that are set out by society and the government. So I would say justice is about fairness and equity.
Justice would be equal treatment of everyone by the government. We will never have equal treatment of everyone by everyone else. But true justice is when the government treats people equally.
Justice for me is assuring that all our citizens are treated fair and equally.
So when someone commits a heinous crime such as murder or something bad, then they should be punished, and the punishment should also fit the crime, because if the punishment is too strict or too hefty, then that's also an injustice on that person, even though they committed a crime.
Unjust treatment of people happens millions of times a day. For an example, and just to talk about the very basic, if I drive down Memorial Drive at 3 o'clock in the morning with a broken tail light, it is not likely that I would be stopped by the police. However, if you drive down Memorial Drive at 3 o'clock in the morning with a broken tail light, I'll bet money that you would be stopped by the police and maybe arrested. And that permeates the criminal system. That is, people who are less able to defend themselves are harassed and harangued and abused by officers all the time.
Unfair treatment of citizens is when we go out and we pick an individual because his pants is hanging down, and all of a sudden now we're all of a sudden going to go start messing with that individual because he has dreadlocks and his pants is down, and we're going to automatically characterize that person as a person that's unfit or as a criminal.
Without justice, there would be no order. People would just treat other people any sort of way they felt like, and it's very important in our society.
It is important to maintain a civil society.
So it might not be perfect, it might not be perfectly fair, but it acts as a deterrent to future lawbreakers, and it's the cornerstone of a civilized society. It's the cornerstone by which laws are upheld. So it essentially keeps our society just in the sense that actions are answered for.
Wealth is always going to have an impact on every and anything that you do in your life. Individual with wealth can buy pretty much as it comes down to when you look at the best attorneys to defend or prosecute the case.
In every country, in every city in the world, the wealth of a person has an impact on how they're treated. We all treat people of wealth and of prominence better than we treat people who are poor. It's just human nature.
So, as you heard from the different groups of the society, justice is a very important and necessary subject for fair treatment of the society. It has also so many relationships with the wills of an individual, the knowledge of an individual, as you heard from the interview I made. It has so many relationships with those stuffs. But for me, justice is the fair treatment of people and the legal system which is used to